This podcast is brought to you by ITV Studios. From edge-of-your-seat drama to entertainment with serious buzz, we've got it all and then some. Want in? Head to itvstudios.com or grab the ITV Studios Watch Anywhere app to stream full episodes anytime, even offline. Big drama, bold formats, real stories, all under one roof from ITV Studios.
Step into the world of digital-first production at Next Wave, the brand new summit launching in Halle, Germany, this October. Documentary Campus presents Next Wave, the digital-first production summit at Industry Training Day. Curated by me, Justin Crosby, Next Wave brings together innovators and decision-makers driving today's digital-first production economy. Sessions will explore launching successful YouTube channels, moving from TV to digital production, monetizing catalogue content, transforming broadcast content for streaming platforms, building brand partnerships, and navigating the new world of commissioning. Next Wave is part of Documentary Campus Industry Training Days, alongside the renowned Master School pitching event, creating a powerful space where filmmakers and executives connect, exchange ideas, and unlock market-ready opportunities. Join us in Halle, Germany on October the 31st and November the 1st. Register now at documentary-campus.com. That's documentary-campus.com. Hi, I'm Justin Crosby and welcome to TellyCast. On this week's show, I'm joined by ITV Studios EVP of Global Content, Julie Meldal-Johnsen, for an exclusive preview of their MIPCOM 2025 slate. From high-stakes thrillers and sun-soaked crime dramas to bold new formats and powerful real-world documentaries, ITV Studios is arriving in Cannes with one of the most ambitious and diverse lineups to date. We're going to talk about the creative strategy behind the slate, breakout titles like Frauds, Betrayal and A Taste for Murder, as well as format disruptors like Nobody's Fool and Celebrity Sabotage. Julie's also going to share insights into the global trends, the shifting demands of buyers, and how ITV Studios is evolving to meet the moment across scripted, non-scripted and factual content. Julie, welcome back to TellyCast.
Hi, Justin. How you doing?
I'm all right. It's a year ago that we last had a chat.
Yep. Quite a lot's happened since then, hasn't
A
it?
lot of water under the bridge.
Yep. In the world of TV and politics and everything.
Exactly. Yeah, so much. It's quite dizzying to think about it too much. We're not going to be talking about those things. We're going to be talking about ITV Studios Slate, obviously. So tell us about the slate then in terms of, what are the trends or themes that are shaping your slate in 2025?
Well, 2025 is a big year for ITV. We mark our 70th anniversary. So MIPCOM feels extra special for us this year. We're going to celebrate in style. We're going to have some very special events on the stand, and we bring some really exciting talent down to visit us and our clients there. As ever, we are trying to build a slate that really gives our clients depth in the three sort of pillars that we focus on of entertainment, drama, and factual content. We've been working really hard to build, as you said, what we think is one of our most ambitious slates to date. And I'm really excited to share it with our clients in Cannes in just a few weeks' time.
Let's get started. Let's talk about your scripted slate, first of all. Now, there's three shows we're going to talk about. Perhaps the standout of those, arguably, is Frauds. So tell us about Frauds. Give us a bit of a background to that.
So Frauds is a heist thriller. I have personally wanted a heist on my slate for years, but they're really hard to make. And this one, I feel like does stand out because it's not just a heist thriller. It's also at the heart of it, a really toxic friendship and relationship between two women, brilliantly played by Saran Jones and Jodie Whittaker. It's from the powerhouse that is Monumental. It's a co-production between them and Teamakers, Saran Jones' production company. And it teams Saran, Monumental, and Anne-Marie Connor from the Maryland team, teams them up again. It's set in Spain. It's a landscape we haven't seen before, I don't think. And along with all the action, twists, plots, mini heists that you expect in a heist series, there's also a really emotional story between these two women who don't trust each other. We don't trust them, supported by a really brilliant cast as well.
So is it your first heist commission then? Or
I think it is. I've been a fan of movies and series in that vein for a long time. it's always a hard edge to navigate because you're with the baddies, you're with the thieves and the con men and women, but they're a lot of fun. The stakes are high, the drama is high. There's also really lovely, dark, witty humour that flows through the whole series. And I'm really excited for our clients to see it.
Me too. Can't wait to see a clip of that.
It launches on ITV really soon, on the 5th of October.
5th of October.
So fingers crossed, yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So moving on to Betrayal. So that's a sort of got a prestige espionage feel as well. And it's also a sort of almost personal, domestic kind of conflict running underneath it. Tell us more about Betrayal.
So Betrayal comes to us from Mammoth, a highly experienced production company. And when you marry their experience with the brilliance of the writing of David Eldridge, who the playwright who's written this, with the preeminent, the premium feel that Julian Jarrell brings all of the shows he directs, with Sean Evans, who's our protagonist, you've just got this fantastic blend that creates this espionage show that I think will really stand out on what is quite a crowded marketplace. There's all sorts of spy shows out there, and they range from really glossy action things like Jack Ryan, which I love, to really gritty, dark serialized shows, to period shows like The Americans. It's a huge genre, really. But with Betrayal, I think we've got something with really tight plotting that even the most particular of Le Carré fans would appreciate. With a really emotional story. Sean Evans plays this man John, he's embattled on all fronts. He's fighting to save his marriage and his family. He's fighting to save his job, potentially even his freedom. He's really in the crosshairs. And meanwhile, he's also trying to save the country and unearth a dastardly plot. Julian Jarrell brings a really cinematic scope to the series, but within that is also a really grounded, very sort of quintessentially British character drama.
And Sean Evans is obviously star of a number of projects on ITV Studios over the few years. Obviously, he works really well for your Slate.
Endeavour, he's world renowned for Endeavour, hugely beloved from that show. He was fantastic on Vigil. Yes, we're very, very happy to have Sean back at the forefront of our slate again.
And rounding off this trio of scripted focus shows is A Taste for Murder, which is based in Capri, obviously, which is it's a very different kind of crime drama. Just expand on that a little bit, because it mixes kind of Italian culture and food as well as perhaps other elements of crime drama that we might be more used to.
Yeah, I think in Taste for Murder we have a fantastic escapist blue sky crime drama. Obviously, ITV Studios, as we're known for our crime. We've got crime that's serialized and episodic, that's dark and funny and cozy. We've got a very, very deep, strong slate of crime for all different types of buyers. From Eagle Eye, A Taste for Murder just brings a joy that I think will really, really stand out. The stakes are high, don't get me wrong. There's proper murders. Joe Mottram, who's the protagonist, he's played by Warren Brown. He's a cop. He's a proper cop. He's taken his daughter Angelica back to his dead wife's family. They're grieving. They've lost their wife and mother recently. He takes a sabbatical and they go really to lick their wounds, reconnect with family. His in-laws run a gorgeous Italian restaurant set on Capri. Inevitably, one of them gets involved in a murder case, is the chief suspect. So Joe throws off his sabbatical and jumps in to help uncover the truth and help him. And so we kick off, an episodic crime of the week. But the Italian setting, it's escapist. It's gorgeous. I mean, it's drenched in sunshine. It's beautiful. It's a proper escape for any audience sitting down in front of their TV. But it's a bit different as well. There's, again, an emotional through line that I think potentially epitomizes our slate this year. They're a family. They're reconnecting with each other, along with solving, really quite high-stakes crimes.
So food plays a central role in this series, as well as Capri almost as a character in its own right. So tell us about that, because that's not a normal sort of blend that you see in crime drama.
Yes, it does really stand out. It's so food it's obviously there in the title. They're working in a restaurant, but food is really an emblematic theme for each different episode. It represents the family healing with each other, working with food, creating food and eating food together as a family helps them to heal. But also in thinking about food and working with food, it sometimes helps Joe to just reevaluate things and see things through a different lens. And quite often that helps him reevaluate the case he's working on and actually help him see it in a different way and help solve it through that. But it also just gives us as the audience a sort of sumptuous feast for our senses, and along with Capri in the gorgeous setting, really makes this a treat.
Yeah, well, I love Italian food, so I can't wait to see more of this. And obviously that food also plays a kind of key role with him connecting with his daughter as well, which is a father connecting with his teenage daughter. It's often not the easiest of relationships, but that sort of, it really does play that sort of binding the family together.
Yes, I'm sure parents out there know that sometimes having those tricky conversations in a car when there's something else going on are often really helpful. In working with food and creating food together, it gives them an opportunity to mend broken hearts, essentially.
Yeah, that's right. And this is from the team behind Walter Presents, isn't it?
Yes, it's from the Eagle Eye team. We actually boarded the project before they became part of the ITV Studios family, but we were very excited about it. They're just so brilliant at doing this. I'm so enjoying Bookish, not ours, unfortunately, but they really, really know how to craft these stories really well.
So let's talk formats then. Nobody's Fool is the first one on the slate when it comes to formats. So that's from Lifted, obviously the home of Love Island and I'm a Celebrity, and also Nobody's Hero, who also produced Sugar Rush. Tell us about this format. Want to get ahead in digital-first content? The Drop is the go-to newsletter for industry professionals, delivering insider news, trends, and insights straight to your inbox. Navigate the fast-changing landscape of digital-first production, distribution, and monetization. Sign up now for free at dropmedia.co.uk and stay informed with The Drop.
So this is a really exciting format. We've got not one, but four actually exciting formats. We're launching it in Cannes later this month. Nobody's Hero, or Jonty and Chris, are an amazing creative team. They are hilarious, dynamic, full of energy, and I think Nobody's Fool is just a brilliant creation that comes out of them. And teaming them up with the experience that Lifted has in producing really big studio game shows is brilliant. It's a quiz show meets reality show. It's completely different. It's not about how clever you are, but how clever other people think you are. The hosts are Danny Dyer and Emily Attack. It's daring. It's buzzy. I think it's going to get a lot of attention when we launch it on a Sunday of MIPCOM.
So moving on, Celebrity Sabotage. That's really, again, about flipping the script, isn't it?
It is. Yes.
Tell us more about that.
So Celebrity Sabotage is from Lifted again. It's also for ITV. It is jam-packed of fun, entertainment, chaos. At its heart, it takes the conceit that contestants are in what they think is a reality show. It can be any different reality show that you can think of, and for each different territory could adapt that element of it to be shows that feel familiar to their audience. It's all a fake. Behind them, and the audience will see a team of celebrity saboteurs who are there to make their lives hell, essentially. But in sabotaging their fake reality show, we'll be building a prize pot up for them. So there's not a spirit of meanness. The whole feel of it is fun and chaos. And the celebrities are building up prize pots for the contestants to win, but they just can't get caught.
Right.
And it's quite hard. This is one of the hardest shows to do an elevator pitch for, but we'll see more of it early next year. I think we'll just come to expect the unexpected.
So Worlds Apart is a really ambitious idea and another new format for the slate. And that's from South Shore, isn't it? Which is
South
interesting.
Shore are on fire. They are doing fantastic work, getting commissions left, right and centre. I love Worlds Apart. It is so simple. It's travelogue meets reality and adventure. It teams up a teenager who's never travelled outside of the UK in many cases, along with a much older person, 60 plus, who may be travelled but feel like their travelling days are well behind them. Takes both of them completely out of their comfort zone and puts them in a country. In the case of the series, it's Japan, to essentially a good old-fashioned treasure hunt with clues that force them out of their comfort zone, create a relationship between them. It's beautifully shot. South Shore really focused on shooting more like a documentary than a reality series, and that gives the contestants and us time to really look at feelings that are going on, and I think make it really special and stand out.
And what sort of tone are you going for here? Is it sort of emotional, adventurous?
It's a bit of both. It is emotional. It's exploratory. It does feel more like a documentary than a reality show, and I think it'll feel quite uplifting, and it'll get a lot of people maybe off their couch, looking to get out of their immediate surrounding, out of their bubble and into the world, and explore relationships beyond just their immediate.
We all need a bit of uplifting.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, and I think all three of those formats are all in their own way escapist, either through seeing something completely different, being completely crazy and fun, but all of it's about entertaining and escaping.
So ITV Studios is really pushing into like curated verticals,
Yes.
if you like, with House of Nature and House of Crime. Tell us about the thinking behind that.
It stems from an embarrassment of riches. When you're fortunate enough to have such a deep sort of bench strength in certain genres, how do you market that? How do you make sure that each show gets its own chance in the limelight, and that our clients know that if they are looking in a particular genre, they know where to come? So we're lucky enough now to have the depth of content for both the nature genre and crime, to extend that house brand to House of Nature. But behind it all, of course, obviously some really amazing shows. On the nature front, we've been building over the last 10 years a really strong natural history slate, Extreme Earth, Ages of Ice, which our clients will be really familiar with already. Can is the Turn of Secret Garden. It's from Plimsoll. It's blue chip natural history, but in our backyards, in our back gardens. It's set in the UK, this series, and it takes 5 different gardens: a river garden, a wild garden, a city garden, a woodland garden, and gives the blue chip treatment that Plimsoll do so well. The science, the research, the time with the cameras, the tech and the gizmos to get incredible footage. They've captured some amazing firsts, and just the nature, the life and death and high stakes going on, 10, 20 feet away from us, away from all of us.
Yeah, well, it's so easy just to sort of overlook what's in your back garden, isn't it? And understand what the nature is literally a few yards away from where you're sitting.
And so I think this feels really accessible. We've seen a lot of lions and elephants, and there's some, that's high drama. This brings it all a bit closer to home, and it's getting a lot of traction internationally as well.
So Rise of Jaguars is the next show on the slate when it comes to natural history. Tell us about Rise of Jaguars.
The biggest concentration of jaguars in the world is in the Pantanal in Brazil. Just 2 years ago, there was a horrible fire that just burnt through huge, huge swathes of it. There's a scientist there who's been following jaguars for years and years and years, and this is her exploration into how and if the jaguars can come back, how they can adjust and find home again after this very, very devastating event. It's beautiful. I mean, jaguars are such gorgeous creatures. This is incredible access that we've got. It's really grabbing our clients' interest around the world. And I think it'll be a phenomenal piece of television. There's
a common theme, as you mentioned, a number of your recent wildlife and documentary series is that, there is that obviously conservation message in there, but there's an element of being uplifting, and it's not teaching and downbeat.
Yeah,
it's very much about inspiration.
There's not preaching, right? Preaching, it's entertainment. It's giving a climate change message through stealth, by introducing us all to these incredible characters that are surviving against the odds, that creates that drama. Secret Garden, which we talked about before, in each episode, we spend some time to understand what we, the viewers, can do to help our gardens, little things we can all do to increase the diversity and increase the wildlife and plant life in our gardens that we can control. So I think it's very hard to do natural history without that, but the key is to avoid the soapbox.
So let's move on to true crime now, Julie.
Yes.
Operation Dark Phone.
Talk about the importance of access. I mean, access is all, isn't it, in crime documentaries? Darkphone comes from The Guardian, obviously the makers of 24 Hours in Police Custody. And really, it was because of that show that they were in situ to find this incredible story and be there as the story was breaking. Years ago, by the time the lawyers and everything has gone through court, we've had to wait patiently in the wings for years to bring this incredible story to screen. But you're watching the police officers as they manage to decode EncroChat, which is a system that the really, really awful OCG gangs are using to send messages that you can't quite believe that you're reading. For 60 days, the police had to pretend they hadn't cracked it and really try and preserve life and get the evidence they needed before breaking this code and bringing these criminals to justice.
So they were aware of just looking at all these messages coming past and sitting and waiting.
And having to play that game, yeah. Obviously, it was huge stakes, huge lives at stakes. It's beautifully done. I think The Guardian have really brilliantly used, elements of reconstruction, real life. And I think you just see how we imagine these gangs as being really sophisticated and organized, and they are. But what you realize watching this is how ordinary in ordinary places and in ordinary real life they're operating, which is scary.
So ITV Studios obviously become known as one of the leaders in true crime, and the next show we're going to talk about is Poisoned, which is a really extraordinary piece of journalism.
Yeah.
Tell us about Poisoned.
Poisoned is a documentary. It aired on Channel 4 this summer. It is very powerful, harrowing. It's a proper piece of journalism. James Beale was working as an investigative journalist. He uncovered, it was Tom Parfit's case, and really started digging deeper. And he found the trail led to this Canadian man, Kenneth Law. It was a chef actually, and he was sending out poison package. He was predating on people in their sort of darkest hours and the hours of needs on these forums and helping them essentially to commit suicide and literally posting deadly poison through the package. It was global. They haven't probably uncovered the extent of the deaths he caused. He is facing trial currently in Canada. It's incredibly powerful journalism. We're really, really proud to have it on our slate, and it's challenging. It does make you really question humanity and what the human beings out there are capable of. But it's very powerful stuff.
Okay,
definitely worth watching.
So we're going to be a bit more uplifted now, Julie, and we're going to be talking about Love Island USA, and we're going to be talking about your franchises and global hits. Obviously, this is one of the biggest that you have. I mean, it's broken records across Peacock this year. I mean, what's the secret sauce behind it now?
I can't remember if you asked me that last year, Justin, because last year it broke records too. I mean, season 6 last summer broke all records and absolutely broke through and became a cultural phenomenon. And then this year, it just took all of that and went up next level again. There were watching parties. Men were going to watch it in bars. It just completely overtook social media. The secret sauce, gosh, if only we knew what exactly it was and we could bottle it. It's something. I think that the change of host last year, Ariana Madix, she's fantastic. She brought her fans with her. She just brings something different to it. Fantastic casting, a really active social media strategy, and word of mouth and popularity. I think maybe we're developing a theme of escapism today, Kenneth Law aside. Because I think it is in tough times, Love Island is pure escapism. It's uniting us. It represents something we're all looking for. We can all talk about love and relationships and how bloody hard they are without talking about politics or anything else. So I think it's escapism, and it's really, really caught fire. It's fantastic.
And it's universal, and it's travelling incredibly well as well.
It certainly is on social media as well as but broadcasters around the world. Yeah,
fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, what a huge hit to end on, Julie. So listen, thank you so much for joining us. So from blue chip docs to psychological thrillers and mischievous new formats, this slate really stretches across the map. What's the common thread that you would say that pulls all of these together? Is there one?
Well, variety. So our clients are worldwide. They're global. They pay. They free TV. They public service broadcasters. They commercial broadcasters. So we have to have a slate that is varied. So variety is absolutely key. So hopefully we've got different things for different people. I really, strongly believe that common thread is quality, really good access, really good talent from producers that are really brilliant at their craft. And I think in this current environment, it is TV. We're making shows that can help entertain, provide escapism, provide thought, be thought-provoking. So hopefully that is a thread that you'll see throughout the slate.
Yeah. So final question then. If there was one title on the slate that international buyers might not be paying enough attention to, can you give me one title that you think that they might have a close look at?
Oh, Justin, you've saved the tricky one till the end, because how can I pick just one?
Yeah.
I'm going to be a little bit coy about it and pick a section of our slate, which is our Australian drama. We've had some really, really strong offerings from Down Under, from After the Party, which Lingo made. It's a New Zealand production, was for TVNZ and ABC. That's been award-winning. My very firm favourite, Austin, which I love and has done so well for the BBC. But we've got some really exciting crime dramas coming up. Watching You is already getting attention, so that's not the answer to your question. Watching You, which launches on Stan this week. But there's two coming up that if I'm you guys, I would be pestering your sales contacts for. One is called Run. It's from Warner Brothers. It's for Foxtel. It's true crime. It is awesome. It is so exciting what we're seeing. It has got adrenaline. It's got class. It's got cinema. Really, really special. And the other is just in production. It's called The Killings at Paris Station from Mark Fennessy's company. And it's a genre blending between crime, a little bit of supernatural something, and is looking really, really special.
All right. Fantastic. Well, we can't wait to see more of those. With everything from primetime thrillers to natural history, international formats and blockbuster factual, ITV Studios 2025 slate really shows the breadth and ambition of what global buyers are looking for right now. Huge thanks to you.
Thanks, Justin.
Julie Meldal-Johnsen there for helping me and taking us inside the creative thinking behind this year's lineup. So if you're heading for MIPCOM, make sure to check out the full slate at ITV Studios stand. And for more insight, interviews and industry intel, subscribe to TellyCast wherever you get your podcasts. We'll see you at MIPCOM.